Right now, I'm gonna get an Apple Watch. So here's the thing. This right here is an older Apple Watch right here, and I'm gonna trade this one in, and I'm gonna get the 6 right now. I know I came here a couple of weeks ago, but they didn't have the one that I wanted in stock back then. You know what? Look at this store. This is right now. It's the middle of the day, and this store is jumping. Like Samsung wished to God that they had like business like this, but they don't, and they never will because their product's boring. They got the Galaxy Fold with that plastic screen nobody wants, and you know that's just what it is. Okay, so that's the Solo Loop, huh?
These are the Solo Loops, yeah.
So it's a flexi rubber.
It's really stretchy.
Okay, all right, I'll take a look.
So
at
don't be afraid to like really force it on.
Okay.
Because it stretches, you know.
Okay.
Figure out the trade in and tell me what you think. But when it comes to like the colors, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, John. I'm very limited on inventory right now.
All I need is black.
I know.
It goes with everything.
I know. Would you switch up the band that you normally go with?
To another color?
Yeah.
Well, I am getting to keep my old band. Does my old band fit the 6 the same way? It does. So there's no residual space. No?
No, because this is the Series 2 42 millimeter.
Okay.
Which would be compatible with the 44 millimeter, even though it's a little bit bigger.
Well, I'm getting to keep my band. So if you don't have that regular black in, then I could deal with, I guess, it'd just be another color of the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. What other colors are there?
Let me pull it up on here.
Yeah.
So I don't have the larger one in stock.
You don't have the 12? The size 12?
Well, no, the watch, I'm sold out.
Oh, the 44.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
44 space gray.
So
everything.
right now you're sold out. How frequently do you get more?
I mean, we normally get them every day, but it's just like we probably don't have enough. Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
It hasn't even launched yet.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So I'm pretty sure that I'm part of the people who are definitely going to have their money ready for the new iPhone 12. Apparently, I can't order it until November 6th because they're saying that the order for the Pro Max 512, you can't do that until November 6th. It's so amazing how far they've pushed this back. Usually when you order it, it comes like a week later and then you pick it up. So that means that we won't actually have these things in our hands. The Pro Max versions, we won't have these in our hands till about November 12th or 13th or something like that. But basically, they came on today. I did a live stream on about 100 people watched the live stream with me. Apple quickly blocked the video, so some people thought I had a copyright flag. I didn't have a copyright flag, but the video got blocked by Apple itself because Apple plays music and then they have their their images and stuff that get picked up by YouTube censors. But basically, I'm not even going to talk long about this. Basically, I was disappointed for just one reason. They didn't offer a 1 terabyte iPhone 12. Again, some people they don't understand what it's like to edit video on a phone like I do. So they think that it's as simple as just paying more for iCloud. It's not that simple because the video clips that I have are not remote. You cannot edit remote video from iCloud. You have to have that video on the phone itself. So the bottom line is it's like without 1 terabyte, that means I'm stuck to 512 gigabyte. Now, that may or may not be a bad thing because all that means is that instead of me being able to store a lot of video, that means that I can only maybe, let's say if I make a video, it can't be really more than 5 hours long in 4K 60 frames per second. But if they would give me the 1 terabyte, I'd have basically all the storage I'd probably ever need up until phones go to 8K. But it's going to take so long for displays to go to 8K that I'm not even worried about that. Now, there are some people like these YouTubers who are constantly trying to play up features that nobody really cares about, like 120 hertz screens. I'm happy with the refresh rate on the screen. And because Apple does everything their own way and they're using these super retina displays with HDR, 120 hertz screen, the only time you'd ever actually need something like that is if you're playing games on your phone. I personally really don't play games on my phone. And for the most part, most people are very happy with just playing in 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second. Like when I watch old movies, 30 frames per second is fine by me. And anything, when I go to 120, it actually gives me headaches unless I'm watching live news, because the most televisions don't support 120 properly. Most televisions are only going up to like 60 frames a second. And then you have cable boxes that are trying to upscale. So you're never actually getting exactly what you think you're getting at any given time, even if you have the equipment. It's just like these people are rushing out to buy 5K and 8K televisions and stuff like that. You don't even have the equipment to run 8K and 5K and whatnot. So basically, the bottom line was I was disappointed for really two main reasons. First of all, they don't have the 1 terabyte storage. Second of all, the iPad, like you just saw a second ago when I was in the Apple store, the iPad has a new touch sensor, like right here on the side where you have the sleep-wake button. And I was like, okay, well, that's good that they're planning on bringing back the touch sensor, the Touch ID sensor, considering coronavirus makes it so you can't keep your mask on in order to use your phone because the Face ID cannot recognize your face. I thought they were going to bring Touch ID back like they did on the iPad. I'm thinking that they'll probably wait until the iOS, the new Apple iPhone 13, maybe next year. And that may be what causes them to bring Touch ID back. And I guess maybe if they had any plans of doing it, they wouldn't do it till later anyway, because coronavirus is relatively new. That happened this year. I am happy to see that they're going to have more splash and spill resistance. I can take video underwater, so if I go to a tropical island or something and I go swimming, I can take video underwater. I really like that. But most people were disappointed by the fact it doesn't have a 120 hertz screen. The only thing that disappointed me was the fact it didn't come in 1 terabyte. I was interested in the new MagSafe charge lock that they have on the back, which is basically a couple of magnets that help you align the automatic induction charger on the back. Here's the thing, though. I prefer to use the USB-C to Lightning cable because I have a charger. I have a GAN charger that it does 100 watts. So it charges my phone really, really quickly. And it's USB-C to Lightning, so that'll be nothing new for me. And I did think it's really slick that Apple is deciding to not give you headphones anymore, and they're also not giving you charging adapters anymore because they say that they're trying to help the environment. So that's really, in my opinion, nothing more than a cop-out. First of all, these little chargers, these things are like $2 or $3, and they're making them in China, for God's sakes, and they're selling them for 10 and 20 and 30, but they're making them for bottom dollar. So if they're saying, oh yeah, well, there's 2 billion chargers out there, well, guess what? It means that it's easier for you to charge this goddamn proprietary interface that you have on this phone, because I can't so easily charge it on USB-C like I could any other Android phone, and there's God knows how many of those out there. So people are going to criticize Apple, and they're going to say, oh, yeah, well, you're being cheap and you should have given us all this. I have to agree with them on that. But again, the only thing I'm disappointed on is the fact that it doesn't have 1 terabyte of storage. I know that there's Galaxy phones I could get. I know that there's a 1 terabyte SSD card. There's no way in hell I'd switch to Galaxy Android to get the terabyte. I'm not doing it. Their video quality sucks. Their photo quality is okay, but when it comes to being able to shoot and edit video on a phone, Apple's got that game locked down. Android, they can't even imagine being able to do stuff like that iOS is doing. They just can't. They just can't. So listen, when I see something better than iPhone, that's when I'll buy something better than iPhone. Right now, there's nothing better than iPhone. Now, I'm sure that people are going out there buying Note 12s and Note 13s and S20s and all that nonsense. Well, you go right on ahead and you have your fun. Me personally, I prefer my iPhone. And one thing I do have to mention that just came to mind looking at this photo, today's Apple event had more black people in it than the Oscars and the Grammys put together. In fact, I think they had more black people in it than the last BET award. Very, very interesting. So Apple must be down with Black Lives Matter or something. I don't know what that's about. And they got the night mode where you can take pictures damn near in the dark. And I always love the night mode on these cameras, and I know I'm going to be very happy upgrading from my XS Max 512 to the iPhone 12 512. I know I'm going to be happy with that. But the camera quality of Apple is why I stick around. The camcorder quality is why I stick around. I love it. And I've been with Apple since the first iPhone. Before iPhone, I never even liked Apple. I didn't want an iPod. I didn't want any of this stuff. But as soon as I touched that iPhone, I was sold. And I went right out and got one. And I've been with them ever since. And I wasn't an Apple lover right before iPhone. I don't have any other Apple products. I got an iPad somewhere I don't use. I don't have the Macs. I don't have any of the Mac Pros. I don't use any of that stuff that most people on YouTube use to edit their videos. But the phone has me sold. I am completely sold on the phone. Every time I touch an Android phone, it makes me sick to my stomach. It's like, I bought my girlfriend an Android because I was being cheap. I bought my mom an iPhone. No, I'm sorry. I bought my mom, what was it called? An LG Stylo 4 because I was being cheap. Because, the entry price of an iPhone is like $500 or $600. It's like, I don't want to have to spend all that money just for a birthday present. It's like, come on. It's like, no, if I got to spend $1,600 or $1,700 on myself, but no, if I got to spend $400 or $500 on somebody, no, that's a little too much. That's a little too much. I'm a cheapskate. But that's just how it is. So anyway, everything that they presented today looked really good. And these wallets that go on the back of people's phones? Let me just tell you something personally. I hate those wallets that go on people's phones. Why would you put your credit cards and everything else important on the back of your phone, which is like the most likely for somebody to come up on you and snatch that out your hand? Do you know how many people here in the big cities have gotten their phones snatched out their hand and they lose all these credit cards, they lose their driver's license with it? When I see people with these things and they got, I don't know the stupidity of people. That's like walking around in a high crime neighborhood with a gold chain on, and you got your wedding ring at the end of the gold chain, and then you got your wallet or your purse attached to the gold chain. It's like stupid. Somebody can snatch the chain and take everything else simultaneously. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's like I keep my wallet in one place, I keep my phone in another, and I keep my keys in another. I see these people putting their keys, their wallet, and their phone together, and then they want to cry victim when somebody steals their goddamn car and their wallet and their cell phone. It's like, how stupid are these people? It's incredible. It's like, is there any common sense whatsoever? I'm not putting no goddamn wallet on the back of a phone. But anyway, so they say, yeah, the magnets align themselves. That's really good. That's really good. I have my own magnetic charger and everything. So, but I don't even use my magnetic charger anymore. It's so much easier to just use the USB-C to Lightning cable because it's faster. It's a lot faster. It's a lot faster. So, that's interesting. And I've been using the iOS 14. So far, I haven't had major problems with it. There are some bugs in it, like lately. I've been getting a couple of glitches here and there, but other than that, I haven't really had any problems with it. It's been pretty decent, useful. I like the fact that it alerts you with a green and an orange dot whether or not your microphone or your camera's on, just in case one of these sneaky apps tries to spy on you or something, because you got those Chinese spy apps like TikTok, and then you got Facebook spying on you and your family and everything. So I like to know if my camera and my mic come on. And then, they spent a lot of time today showing off a speaker. And I'm like, I'm not putting any of that CIA spy shit up in my house, because all somebody got to do is park right outside my house and hack that thing. And next thing you know, they're listening to me committing crimes. And there was a little girl who she was in her bedroom, and this creep on the Ring camera, her father put a Ring camera in her bedroom, and the thing's pointed right at this little girl's bed, and there's a creep outside hacking her camera and talking to her. I'm like, I'm not putting that shit in my house. Are you kidding me? I don't know what it is. It's like nobody read George Orwell's 1984. Nobody read none of that stuff. And nobody even saw the movies where they talk about the law. Like Will Smith had a movie, Enemy of the State. It's like, if you're stupid enough to put that stuff in your house, please do not complain when somebody hacks into it, opens up your windows, comes into your house, and gets something from you. Please don't complain, because it's your fault. It's like, don't put that stuff in your house. I'm not buying none of it. Google had that home speaker. It was like $100. Nobody was buying it. They dropped it to 50. They dropped it to 25. Then they tried to give it away free. Don't give me that free. I don't want it. And if you give it to me free, I'm selling it to some sucker out there who's stupid enough to put that in their house. I'm not putting it in my house. Nope, it's not happening. So anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. But that was just a quick recap of the Apple event today. And, you can let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to go buy an Apple Watch 6 as soon as they get the band I want in, and I'm also going to get the iPhone 12 on November 6th.